Here's a story out of my home state of New Jersey. It's about legalizing weed. Me myself, I'm not a big fan of weed. I don't like it. I don't like the smell. I don't like when people come around me smelling like weed. I'm not a big fan of being high all day. A lot of people wake up and smoke weed all day. They walk around all day high, and I'm just not a big fan of that. But here's a video. We're gonna watch it and then give my opinion.
We need comprehensive criminal justice reform. It's not the only thing we should do or can do, but low-end drug crimes is the biggest contributor to that disparity. So that's the reason we want to legalize marijuana.
All right, let's go. While Governor Phil Murphy views legalization of marijuana as a positive step forward for social justice, I believe it will be just the opposite for the poor and marginalized communities in New Jersey. Creating a big marijuana-type industry would only further hurt minority communities by bringing more drugs into our neighborhoods and our homes. The marijuana and alcohol industries routinely target vulnerable communities as its profit centers. That's very true. We don't need to add fuel to fire. We have seen the effects of this in states that have already legalized the drug. In Denver, the number of pot shops littering the urban centers are greater than the number of McDonald's and Starbucks combined. Is this what we want for Newark, Trenton, Patterson, Camden, and other urban communities? In states where marijuana use is legal, we've seen significant increases in youth pot use, homelessness, and workers failing drug tests. See, but they really don't care about that. They figure if they can make money off it, you're gonna smoke it anyway, so they might as well make money off of it. That's the whole thing. Everything is fueled by money. The number of car accidents from those driving under the influence of marijuana has skyrocketed, and the black market is flourishing. Congruently, we must also be concerned about the method used to determine if one is impaired due to marijuana use. Will this result in more traffic stops? What happens when an officer smells marijuana during a stop? How do we protect infants and children from the contact high from secondhand marijuana smoke in all communities? Yeah, because like I said, they just smoke in front of anybody. They don't care. They smoke on the bus. They roll up on the bus. They walk into office buildings smelling like weed. It's ridiculous. This can also add to our problems and further endanger our residents. Is this what we want for our state? Is this the social justice we want for our urban communities? Is this what we want for the future of our children? They don't care. I am concerned about what will happen to children who mistakenly believe that marijuana is safe and harmless because it's legal. What will happen to a 10-year-old whose older friend gives him a THC-infused gummy bear or cookie? And where will young adults look for jobs after smoking legal marijuana and failing an employee drug test, which is happening everywhere? They're even talking about not drug testing. Some places don't even drug test for marijuana because they know everybody's smoking. We have a moral responsibility to stand up to the billion-dollar marijuana industry looking to make money off our kids. If we wouldn't put a pot shop in the wealthy suburbs, why would we allow one in an urban community? If politicians wouldn't let their own children smoke pot, then why is it okay for other children to have more access to gateway drugs, marijuana-laced snacks, and pot shops in their neighborhoods? That's true. The thing is, they want us to stay high. They want us to stay high. I agree with Murphy. Too many people of color are locked up for low-level drug crimes every year, but legalizing is not the answer and would only make the problem worse. Statistics from the Colorado Department of Public Safety show that in the 2 years after Colorado legalized marijuana, the number of Hispanic and African American kids arrested for marijuana-related offenses rose 29 and 58%. In the same period, the number of white kids being arrested for identical crimes dropped 8%. What we need is criminal justice reform, as well as advanced education and training of law enforcement to address the disproportionate arrests of minorities. We need legislation with compassion towards minorities who are disproportionately affected by drug charges and those suffering from substance abuse disorders. There are all positive steps towards true social justice. Make no mistake, legalizing recreational marijuana is not social justice, it's social injustice. As a man endeared by urban communities and poised to make New Jersey stronger and fairer, I urge Murphy and New Jersey legislators to take a step back and carefully look at what legalizing drugs will do to our children and all communities. There is too much at stake to test this dangerous phenomenon at the expense of our children and most vulnerable residents. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the time is always right to do what is right. Bishop, that's from Bishop Jethro C. James Jr., Senior Pastor, Paradise Baptist Church in Newark. Okay, so, I agree with everything he says. And I also believe that, this is all about money. Everybody knows that. It's all about money. They figure we're going to smoke it anyway. They might as well make money off of it. And they want to keep us high. And you heard what he said about how they put the smoke shops in the urban neighborhoods. They don't put them in the suburbs. So that right there is telling. But that's my opinion. What's yours? Leave it in the comments section. And I'll catch you on the next video. All right, peace.